Food is always the budget section I'm most prone to overspending on. And it wasn't until I learned how to meal plan that I was able to get my food spending under control. If you are in the same boat, here's how to start meal planning so that you can gain control of your food spending. Welcome to Modern Frugality. My name is Jen. I'm a personal finance writer and frugality lover, trying to help more people spend less, make more, and figure out what to do with the in-between. If you're a subscriber, thanks for watching. I already know that you love any video that has to do with food, so I'm going to keep making those. Give me a thumbs up if you are in agreement. If you're not a subscriber, then hit that subscribe button and you will get more videos on how to lower your food spending. So it used to be when I made my budget, at the end of the month, I was always depressingly over budget in my food, in groceries, in eating out, in coffee. It was always a dumpster fire. So I had to learn really quickly how to plan meals. And thankfully, I love planning, so teaching people how to meal plan has been one of my greatest joys. So I'm very excited to give you this short 5-step method on how to meal plan so that you can start to learn how to do it. And stick around to the end because I'm going to share you a few ways that I kind of warmed up into figuring out how to do this in a way that worked for me. And I want to start by saying that meal planning isn't just good for your wallet. Americans throw away over $600 of food every year. Just throw it away, totally unused, uneaten. So we are throwing away not just our money, but natural resources. And those are going to landfills where you'd think that they would decompose because this is food, but everything is so packed on top of each other that these things that should be able to decompose can't even decompose. So it's so much better for the environment to plan your meals, only purchase what you will consume, and then consume it. And then you could go a step further and start to compost, but let's take baby steps. This planning and executing the plan is a great start to reducing waste and reducing the amount of waste in landfills. So the first step in doing this, wasting less and meal planning, is to take inventory. First, you have to figure out what you have in your fridge, freezer, and pantry and plan around that. So getting a meal inventory list, I have one of those available. I'll put a link in the description. A place where you can put down what you have, put down how much of it, and allow yourself to cross off or check off once you've used it. And this is what they do in the restaurant business. In kitchens, they will do the FIFO method, which is first in, first out. So you look at the things that went in first, and then also the things that are expiring first, and you use those. Those are the first things on the inventory list that you incorporate into your meal plan. I personally don't have an extensive inventory. What I'll do is I'll write down about 5 to 10 things that I know are going bad first or I've had the longest, and then figure out using at least half of the items on that list in the current week's meal plan, and then whatever I don't use that week, I'll incorporate into the next week's meal plan. So once I have a list of 5 to 10 items I'm going to use from my fridge, freezer, pantry, next is to look at sales. If you want to get the best deal at the grocery store, look at your sales flyer. Shop from there first. And a lot of people will say buy what's in season, but you don't actually have to know what's in season because the grocery store will tell you those are the fruits and veggies and things that are going to be on sale. So shop with your seasons, shop with your holidays. Stores will also put holiday themed things on sale. So shop in those, play to them, and use the ones that best incorporate into that list from the first step. Third is to evaluate your calendar. It would be ideal for you to cook a meal from scratch using sale produce every night of the week, but you have to admit to yourself when that's not possible. Some nights you are going to have a longer workload than other nights, so you're going to probably want to incorporate a freezer meal. Other times you're going to be away from the house, so it's going to be physically impossible for you to cook a meal from home. So you're going to have to budget for a meal out. So look at your schedule and be realistic with it. You have to be realistic and plan around your schedule. For me, I have found that about 4 nights of cooking is kind of my sweet spot. I'm not a great cook. I don't enjoy it. So 4 nights is really it. I will double one meal to make a freezer meal. So then I will have my 5th meal can be a freezer meal from a previous week. And then the other nights I am either eating something quick like a sandwich or I'm eating out. It just depends on what's going on with my schedule. But I found that 4 nights is pretty consistently where I go. Some nights it's more, some weeks it's more, some weeks it's less. But 4 is a good plan and average to shoot for. So once you have your ingredients and you know how many nights you'll be cooking this week, then the 4th step is to select your recipes. This is always the hardest one for me. There are so many things that I want to do. There's so many recipes out there. They vary in price so much that it can be a really long process to find recipes. But over the years, I found a few websites that I can pretty consistently rely on to be affordable and easy, and a few ways to offset that burden. So the first way that I try to offset the burden is to theme certain nights. So Taco Tuesday, Pizza Friday, yada yada, whatever you want to do. That way you don't have to think as hard about what am I going to make on Tuesday? Oh, that's taco night, so I'm going to do some kind of theme on that. Next is to pick a website and choose that one for the whole week. I will go on Pinterest and find a recipe I like, and then I will go to that website and just pick 3 other recipes that use the ingredients that I have or that are on sale, and I don't think about it any further than that. I love Budget Bites. That is one of my favorite low-cost recipe websites. But if you are choosing the right ingredients, you can find affordable recipes on any recipe blog. So don't feel confined to the ones that are just low cost. You can really make a recipe low cost if you're choosing produce that's on sale, produce and items, like ingredients you already have, stuff like that. Another way that I will offset the burden of choosing recipes is sometimes I will sign up for a meal planning service. So if you have listened to the Frugal Friends podcasts even one time, you know that I'm obsessed with Cook Smarts. It is my favorite, hands down favorite, meal planning service. They give you 4 recipes every week, and you can choose between regular, vegetarian, or paleo versions of that recipe. And if you don't like any of those, you have the entire backlog of recipes that they've offered. But it behooves you to go with the recipe meal planning that they've presented because they have already done the seasonality research, the research to what's on sale in grocery stores. They're incorporating ingredients from previous weeks. So they're already doing the first few steps for you in their meal plan. So they really strategically work to reduce food waste and make meal planning easier in a holistic way. So I love CookSmarts, and it's super affordable. I think if you pay for a year, it's like $7.50 per month, and a little more if you just pay monthly. What I will do is I will use it monthly for 3 or 4 months, and then I will cancel my subscription, do it on my own for a little while, and then go back to it. So I like to go back and forth like that. There have been times where I've done it for a full year. So you just have to figure out what works for you. If you are someone who's creative in the kitchen, but you just need a little bit off of your plate every once in a while, then breaking it up that way could help. And you'll get 30 free days of CookSmarts meal plans by using my referral link. So definitely at least try it. You can't go wrong with 30 free days of meal planning. The 5th step to successful meal planning is to make a grocery list and stick to it. When you go to the grocery store, the list is king. You can do all this planning and all this hard work and then get there and ruin your list by going and buying a lot of frozen meals, frozen pizzas that you weren't planning on, and things that make you waste food. A really easy way to do this is to shop online via Instacart or Walmart grocery. Then you are not distracted by everything that's in the grocery store. It has transformed the way I grocery shop. So try that. But you have to stick to your grocery list. And another advantage of using CookSmarts is that it makes putting all of your groceries over to Instacart super easy. Like, you can do it in a click because it integrates right with the CookSmarts app. So that's just another brilliant thing that CookSmarts does. Definitely, if you have any questions about meal planning, I will put a link to my Meal Planning on a Budget book, and then also ask me in the comments. I will be happy to share anything that I have learned in my journey.